that might mean, and is it possible to grab the flame without getting burned? My head is full of oxygen and I'm dying of thirst, and I was just about to start the long ordeal of getting dressed when I remembered all my days with you were all my very best. And I'm telling myself it's alright, at least you tried, at least you tried, at least you tried, at least you tried, at least you tried. And I walk home later with the perfect line, and I kick myself when I never felt that night. Found it hard to realize that you're not so special. You fell so far, you fell all the way from the highest level. You cut your hair, now you look the same as all your new friends. It's so unfair how your life is harder than everyone else's. I'm almost done after this one alone, and I'm sorry if I ever did anything to offend you. And sometimes you're in a waiting room or a busy train station and you're grinding your teeth because you forgot your headphones, so you're drowning in a pool of these insipid conversations, gathering material to take down your generation, and you can't help but feel that you're superior to everyone. Everyone knows you have a sensitive soul, and you believe that deep inside you got more depth than you could swallow. You just keep on forgetting that all the deepest holes are hollow. When people hear you talk, they think the same thing about you. You're so full of arrogance, you might burst out of your suit that was tailor-made to accentuate your pectoral muscles. A snake in the grass, come on, touch me in the bushes. And if all you're chasing after is critical acclaim, choose any given artist, cut your hair to look the same. You found it hard to realize that you're not special. Oh, my Lord, I fell all the way from the highest level. You cut your hair, now you look the same as all your new friends. It's so unfair how your life is harder than everyone else's. I'm sure there's an explanation for why my hair always looks so good on days when I stay indoors and can't move, can't get up. Oh, nobody's coming to see. I'm running out of fitting t-shirts. Support local industry. Right now I'm between sizes. It hurts my vanity. Don't expect me to be consistent in thinking or right all the time, constantly stuck to steps behind. It's always on my mind. I'm caught in a situation, obsessed with everything I hate. Quick release of serotonin feels like love, but it's an easy mistake. Oh,
Hello there, Jake Regan. I have some questions for you today. Firstly, what inspired you to write Greaser, the second song on your setlist tonight?
I saw this singer at a gig in Jigsaw, playing acoustically, and playing acoustically is something I've never really been able to do. I've never felt very comfortable with. I prefer to play with a band. You can kind of hide your voice or your lack of skill behind a lot of loud noise. So I was just really impressed with this singer and the way she played something so simply on acoustic guitar and sang. And I really wanted to try to do something like that myself. And the result was that song, which took me ages. The lyrics came a lot later than the sort of melody and guitar bits, but it was one that probably the most recent song I've written, and definitely during the depths of lockdown.
Yes, very interesting. What is your favorite song that you have written?
I think my favorite song I've written is one that I wrote when I was about 17. It's on an EP by my old band Segrasso, called Cell. I wrote it when I was doing the Leaving Cert, and I think that I just used to be a lot freer in the way that I wrote back then. Was much less interested in song structure and making sure things had verses and choruses and stuff. So it's a very repetitive song, but I just think it has a really nice melody, and I think it's kind of naive or something as well in its simplicity. But yeah, I'm still a big fan of that song.
What is the worst gig you've ever played?
Stratford Battle of the Bands 2007.
2007. What a year. What is the best gig you've ever played?
This band I used to play drums for, Comfy Coffin, we had a show about 2 years ago that was like a medieval rock opera, with lots of characters. There were about 10 people in the band, and there was dialogue and acting, and it was called The Siege of Kilramish. It was probably the most fun I've ever had playing a show.
What is the worst haircut you've had?
A self-administered emo kind of fringe that was dyed jet black.
That is so cringe, bro. What is your favorite animal?
My favorite animal is a stingray because they're very wise.
What local musicians do you like?
Tandem Felix have always been one of my favorites. Really great folky songwriting. Fears just put out a debut record which is incredible. Lots of other cool bands. Not I, Slouch, Echoes Bones.
What albums have you listened to most?
Probably Fitzcarraldo by The Frames. That was a very early one for me. That and Surfer Rosa by the Pixies were two that my mum was very big on playing in the car when I was a child, so it's kind of ingrained in my memory, and two that I still love listening to today.
What's next for Jake Regan?
Well, I've just recorded my first album, so that's in the process of getting mixed at the moment, and hopefully we'll be ready for release by the end of the year. Not sure what that's going to look like yet, but hopefully we'll get back to doing some regular gigs whenever that's allowed.
Nice one.